I'd love to ask you about the month leading up to Mania.
We're talking probably the most manic month of my life, in a sense of being so high and so excited and so filled with just inspiration for what might happen, to a complete low, this is the worst case scenario. Again, we talked a little bit about that behind the scenes documentary, a little spoiler for it. One thing that is revealed in that documentary and might put things in a different perspective for people is I found out the possibility of The Rock versus Roman Reigns the day of the Royal Rumble. And I had to leave that room, head up, and make sure no one knew what could possibly happen. And probably one of the more difficult days I've ever had in the wrestling business, but also how can you complain when you're winning the Royal Rumble, when you're pointing at the sign, when, over 20,000 people in Tampa, it was such a high, such a low. And a friend of the show, DDP, who's on Busted Open on the regular, he had said the best thing, but also one of the worst things I'd ever heard. He said, no matter what happens to you, it will be the best thing that happens to you. And I hated it because I'm thinking, well, if it's the other thing, I don't know how that works. But somehow he was right, and that was a good thing to hear in my head throughout that month.
You still not comfortable with being the head of the snake?
I've tried not to get comfortable with the spot. This is something that I've heard Bully discuss on the show before. The moment I get comfortable with the spot, I think the wrong side of me comes out. When I get going, every now and then there's a promo that's under the promo. And it's filled with anger. And it's filled with, like a quest for something and a chip on the shoulder. And I fight with that in the media, in interviews, just like this one. I fight with that in the ring, in promos. Every now and then it comes out, and that individual does not look like a comfortable individual.
Good.
Bully
Let
said,
your hate flow through.
You changed it. You changed it, Cody. Bully said the real side of you. He said the heel in you.
Yes.
Like, so you fight it. You just explain. Come on, give me more of this, man.
Mark, I don't want to blow Cody up, but Cody hates everybody.
I don't.
You hate everybody.
No, I hate everybody.
I don't even hate anybody. I got a group chat with a bunch of different wrestlers, and all wrestlers ever do is bury each other. That's just what we do. We get in the car, we bury each other, we get in the tech. And my rule of thumb, whenever we bury somebody too hard, is we've got to say something nice.
You're not going to go to the dark side. This is not. I'm not Palpatine. Bully is not Palpatine. Yes, when we tell you that you embrace the fact that you're great.
Mark, I feel it. And I'll tell you this. One of the reasons I liked having Arn Anderson around me was the same reason I would have loved to have my dad around me. Because I'll tell you I'm lucky, and I'll tell you how hard I work, and I'll tell you how grateful I am, and that is true. But it was nice to have a guy over my shoulder say we're not apologizing for greatness. We're mediocrity loves company, and we're not joining that company. Like it was nice to have that voice in your ear. It was something I actually missed when Logan and I were doing this contract signing, to see him flanked by so many people. I don't know, maybe I'm looking for the classic wrestling manager to join me on this title reign. And I don't know who that is or what that is, but it just felt like I wouldn't mind someone to holler the stuff that you just did.